We had this from Timcast.com. Liberty Safe cites company protocol on decision to provide FBI with access code. Let me slow down. This is about the January 6th cases, for those that aren't familiar. A guy was arrested. He had a Liberty Safe, a gun safe. Liberty was contacted by the FBI, who said, we have a warrant for his premises. So they gave the code to the safe to the FBI. Now, there's a lot of questions that arise from this. How did they have the code to the safe in the first place? Easy. It appears that Liberty has publicly admitted, as a safe company, they have a backdoor to all of your safes. This means if you own a Liberty safe for your guns, you are compromised. Period. This is not political. This is not, I don't like the company because they betrayed a guy or whatever. Look, I'll tell you this right now. If a company receives a court order to hand over information, I fully expect you to do it. We are a nation of due process and laws. And if a judge signs off on a legitimate warrant or court order saying, you're going to turn this information over, we expect it to happen. When we subpoena the DOJ or whatever, when the Republicans do, in Congress, and they don't do it, we get mad about it. If a court order is given down, we respect it. Now, there's a bunch of questions here. Liberty apparently didn't get a court order. They were shown a warrant for someone else's house and then said, sure, we'll give you the code anyway. That's got a lot of people pissed off. But more importantly, outside of all of the politics, if you purchased a Liberty safe, understand that at any point, for any reason, legal or illegal, someone else has access to your safe and could steal everything you own. And I'll give you a simple scenario. Liberty has a backdoor baked into your safe. That means someone has access to that code. I assume it's likely based on an algorithm pertaining to the serial number of your safe. This is typically how companies generate unique passcodes and backdoors. I don't know that this is exactly how they do it, but we do know they have the code, which means a rogue employee could see an order comes in for a high-end safe worth thousands of dollars, which can hold 50 grand in guns and other equipment, or who knows what, gold. And then tells one of their buddies, hey, here's the address, here's the safe model, and here's the backdoor code. They wait 6 months, monitor your home because they know your address because the guy's got it. Now, I'm not saying Liberty employees are compromised. I'm just saying, why would you risk it? More importantly, anyone could steal the information from Liberty, and now they can break into your safe. This is the craziest thing to come out in terms of one of the craziest stories so far. Liberty Safe issued a statement saying that it's their policy to give access codes to law enforcement if a warrant grants them access to a property. What that means is a court order was not issued to the gun safe manufacturer. They just showed them that they have a warrant for the property. Liberty Safe could have said, when a judge instructs us to hand over the information, we'll do it, but we can't until then. And even if they do, they can say our lawyer will appeal. This is absolutely insane to find out. This is resulting in a major backlash. I don't know how big Liberty is, but I just want to stress to you guys, if you own a Liberty Safe, you are compromised.
Does the same thing hold true for home alarm systems?
Look, typically, when it comes to, the answer is yes. When it comes to security, we don't expect them to install backdoor access to our systems that we buy. Right. So let me show you this. I have another tweet people are already pointing out. This is Securite Gun Storage. They responded saying, we firmly believe in our customers' right and freedom to control their personal property. Recently, Securite was made aware of and asked to comment on the situation involving the FBI and a well-known safe manufacturer. The FBI requested the access code to the safe of an individual for whom they have a warrant to search their property. The company protocol is to provide these access codes to law enforcement if a warrant grants them access to the property. It is Securite's belief and protocol that the protection of personal property and the Second Amendment rights of American citizens are paramount. Our full line of fast access modular safes are not built with any override systems, giving our customers full control. The freedom and liberty to possess firearms is the right of every American citizen. Securite will always put those same rights of our current and future customers first. That is to say, based on the information before us, if you have a Liberty Safe, you don't know who has the backdoor code. That means more than just you can go into your safe. Maybe you've got your dad's watch, your grandmother's necklace, or maybe you've got a $20,000 brand new, beautiful Barrett of some sort with tons of ammo, and it's yours and it's expensive and you don't want it stolen. Why would you go with a safe company that runs a backdoor? The interesting thing is, I'm not seeing in the leftist media direct attacks and insults like you normally expect from a story like this. Why? The left has consistently complained about companies creating backdoor access to encryption. So it's going to be very difficult for them to come out and be like, haha, gun nuts are losing their uh-oh. Yeah, we actually don't like that idea either, especially many of these leftists who are pro-gun. So if you have a Security safe and the feds or anyone goes to them, they're going to say, look, we don't have access. That is a private safe owned by somebody. You got to figure it out for yourself, man. I have no idea. Liberty's like, don't worry, we installed backdoor access to all of our safes and we'll give it to you if you ask.
Right. I mean, they could have some mad employee to sell the backdoor access to someone. You never know. The fact that they even got that is ridiculous.
Apple didn't turn over information back in 2013, right?
Yep.
I imagine all of them would now.
This is really, really crazy too. If you look at,
I think Apple did turn over some information.
Well, there was a big story where the feds demanded Apple open a phone, and they were like, no way.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. That's what I was saying. Leftists are very, very angry about backdoor access because, they do creepy stuff. They have activist servers. They don't want the feds seizing. So Apple's probably thinking like, if word gets out that we give the feds access to your device, we're going to lose a lot of money in market share. So just don't do it unless you absolutely have to. Good luck, Liberty Safe, I guess.
This is a big part of the reason why, as a social network, and just in general, you don't want to hold more data than you need because then you become a vulnerability. Like Minds doesn't have, chat keys. We don't have access to the chat at Minds because it's encrypted and it's user to user. Like if you have the keys, then when the FBI comes, you have to give them to the FBI legally. You're expected to do it. It's better not to hold the data. I would say immediately get rid of your Liberty Safe if you've got one to get a new safe that doesn't have a backdoor in it, because that is massive vulnerability. So someone could steal your gun out of there and use it to commit a crime and make it look like you did it.
There's so much wrong with this. I would argue that they are not secure at all if a backdoor is installed. Someone could figure out. Oh, all right, so I don't know exactly how they generate backdoor passcodes. It could be the stupidest thing in the world, where Liberty Safe has a master code for all safes that's identical, which would be insane. For all I know, they're that
1,
dumb.
2, 3, 4.
I mean, they used to do this. Without me naming the system itself, there were very common machines that were available to the public everywhere, and their unlock code was it was like 54321, and they just figured nobody would know how to access the panel to do it. And then on the internet, they were like, hey guys, here's how you can access the control systems for these widely available machines. I'll keep it simple. They were vending machines, but I'm not going to say which ones. And people started changing prices and doing crazy stuff. And it was like they didn't expect it to happen. And then after people caught on, they said, guys, change the default code on these machines. But as Ian was pointing out, imagine somebody... Let's imagine two scenarios. One, Liberty uses a default master code. It's 16 digits and it can open any safe. Okay, you're compromised beyond belief. Anyone can just go in and do this. Now, imagine they don't do that, but what a lot of companies do, let's say routers, the router will have a serial number. They have an algorithm which creates a passcode based on the serial number of the router. If you don't know the algorithm, you don't get the password. However, activists in Spain took a whole bunch of passwords they knew and a whole bunch of serial numbers and then ran it basically through an algorithm to determine what the encryption was. And from that point on, when I was in Spain, they had an app for this that they made, we're sharing. You could, if the default name of the device was still available, and it would say like, mobile router 78391A62, it would instantly generate the passcode based on the default name of the router. The same thing could be true for Liberty Safes. Someone could break into the house with an app, type in the serial number, and then it auto-generates the backdoor access key. These things are worthless hunks of garbage. I think there should be a massive lawsuit. I think there should be a class action suit. I think anybody who has one of these things should get a refund on it. I don't know. It's crazy to hear this, and they're saying it's their policy. If you bought this and they didn't disclose that there's actually backdoor access, they robbed you.
Yeah.
Oh, I imagine.
Now, do every company like this have to, do they have to inform you that they have backdoor access?
I don't think so. I mean, buyer beware. If you right? Like if you sell the product, there are some things you have to disclose and some things you don't. In California, if you're selling food, you got to say it's got carcinogens in it, but some things you don't have to. You know?
Well, maybe this should be something that people have to do, that these companies have to do.
You'll need a federal law for that. Good luck getting that passed.
Yeah.
That's tough. The federal government is sludge.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
If they didn't know they were getting sold a machine with a backdoor, that's scandalous.
Yeah. And I think the FBI already knew before they even called what is it called again?
Liberty Safe?
Yeah, Liberty Safe. They already knew. The FBI already knew, or they wouldn't have called them.
Exactly.
Fed safe.
They knew.
Consider this. The fact that the FBI contacted them and said, can you give us the backdoor key? They knew the backdoor keys exist.
Exactly.
That's crazy, man.
What other
That's
security
absolutely
products
crazy.
do they make? You guys know? Liberty?
I don't know. We'll Google it.
How ubiquitous is this company right now? Gun safes, home
And
safes.
maybe this is something that Trump should. I know you said it's going to be hard, getting something like getting something passed to where these companies have to inform the buyers that they have, backdoor access. But why not let them know? Like, why not? Why should that? Wait, why would the? I mean, why shouldn't they know?
When you move into a house, you change your locks.
Yeah.
You move into a new apartment, you change your locks. Would you buy a deadbolt for your house if the package said, and a random guy you don't know also has a copy of your key?
Hell no.
You'd be like, what?
Hell no.
Get out of here, dude.
Hell no. But at the end of the day, I want to know. I want to know, and I think I should know that.
Yeah,
because it's my safety. You could have some mad, crazy, insane employee who could, get access to my house. I should know this.
There's you can go to a Home Depot and get a copy of your key made, but who's to say that they didn't just make an extra copy for themselves?
Right. That's true.
It's not a,
That is very true.
Not that they know what your key is for necessarily, but.
Well, they have a copy because they made you a copy. So they have the digital print for it,
But they might not know what it's for, he's saying, right? Like, what's the key for even?
Yeah, hopefully not.
I mean, I imagine if you're buying something like this, there's some type of manual on how to use it, and it's probably buried in the fine print in the back of the manual that the access would be given up if need be.
Yeah.
If you forget your code, you can always use 0 zeros, whatever the hell it is.
Some people say, some people say, and after this came out, a lot of people are saying we just don't have privacy at all, really. Like, there's no such thing as real privacy in this country.
Dude, there's satellites that can track the noise you're making. I don't know the technology exactly, but they said that there's they can put I don't know if it's a radio frequency or something through your walls in your house and then listen to you through your walls. Like, what the? I kind of tend to agree that privacy's gone. Like, I think we can go out in the woods and have a really quiet conversation like this. But who's to say that the satellites aren't picking it up at this point? I don't know. I don't feel like anything's private these days. I got Alexa on in the freaking listening. My phone, if you say, okay, Google, it sparks this stupid thing up.
Don't say it. You just did.
And it's like, how innocuous is that 3 words can trigger millions of devices to go off?
And then it's like your phone says, like, if you would like us to not have access, hit this button. I'm like, I'm sure you're absolutely listening to this. I'm sure you followed the letter of the law.
That should be
100% of the
off
time.
by default. My God, that should be off by default.
Someone super chatted saying that it was a public square company. Let's pull it up.
Yeah, wasn't there a story about Zuckerberg's phone got hacked once and his password was DADA?
Well, I saw a commercial with Sean Hannity promoting
the safe company.
Yeah, the safe company.
Really?
So, yeah. There's a
Wow, this
commercial
is a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna have to just remove it.
Yeah.
They can't. Let's search it. Liberty. TNT Liberty Safes. I don't think it's the same company, is it?
Different company.
People register their safe online.
Yeah, no, this is a different company. This is very much a different company, guys. This is TNT. Okay. So that's good to find out, unless I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a different company. This the other company is let me see. I'm searching for it. The Liberty Safes we're talking about is based out of Utah. This one said TNT. So let's not
say where TNT.
Yeah, it's different.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a different company.
So there's more than one Liberty Safe company.
Yeah, this one's just Liberty, and then it says safe, really small underneath it.
Yeah. You're thinking of something different. We do not besmirch the good name of a separate company that did nothing wrong. Look, if Liberty Safes comes out and says we're abandoning this policy, we are revoking all backdoor access, it will be none of our models will have this anymore. I'd be like, okay, awesome, that's fantastic, thank you. And that's it. And then buy their safes.
But in the meantime,
Oh, dude,
it ain't safe.
Wow. If you have a Liberty safe, dude, holy crap.
I believe
some-
the government has access to everything.
And then by proxy,
Everything.
everyone else does. Like, you
Yes.
can't trust a government agent not to tell your buddy down the street
You can't.
your safe password, so the next time he's over having dinner, he can just go into your bedroom and like, what?
Well, of course, you got to be careful.
Obviously, that's like a string
But
of
look-
crazy events, but it's possible.
But look. You've got spare keys to your apartment or your house, and a neighbor has them in case of emergencies. But it's because you trust your neighbor. Like I said, imagine if you went to the hardware store and it said quadruple ultimate level 27 ultra lock, and the key is like this weird long snake thing with all these spikes on it. You can't even understand it. You're like, wow. And it's like, plus, with every order, a key is given to a random guy you've never met. You'd be like, what?
Bill in security has a copy in case you lose yours, and he'll come over, and you can totally trust Bill.
Our company has a secret key to all the locks we sell, and you don't, and we're gonna give it to whoever we feel like deserves it.
That's so
without a court order.
So a locksmith came to my house. He changed out all the locks in my home, and he was like, "Man, I just gotta tell you, I love you. I'm a big fan." And I appreciated that he was a fan, but I was uncomfortable because
You don't want to say anything that makes
this
him
guy
mad.
knows me. Like,
Yeah.
he's gonna go. He's like, "Oh, can't wait to tell my wife and oh, my cousin." And I'm like, "Oh no!" And he's probably gonna
all
tell
his
them.
locks.
And
But
you
you
know
gotta
what?
change your
And
locks.
he's probably a good guy, but he's gonna go home. He's gonna tell everybody where I live. So I called another locksmith after him and said, "I need all my locks changed again."
The thing about your typical pin and tumble locks, the ones you have, like, what is it? I think it's 5 numbers. So I'm not an expert on this, but my general understanding is that there's the grooves correlate with numbers, and if you know the numbers, you can cut the key. So a locksmith, for instance, when you call a locksmith and then he sticks the key in and then he marks it and he does it again and then he creates a key to open the door, he knows the numbers of your key and can recreate it pretty easily.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I just gotta be honest with you guys, the lock on your door, if you really think that's keeping anybody out, like, obviously, for one, someone could kick a door in very easily.
Very true.
But there's things called bump keys, which are basically filed down to the lowest point, and you just tap it in and turn it. It pops right open. There's also rakes, and locksmiths tend to use like I think it's called a rake gun. It's just a device you stick in and you pull it and it jiggles the pins until it pops open. Really easy to get access to.
That's why you need a gun.
You got to defend yourself.
That's why you need a gun.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.